something's not right about this place.
My iteration showed how story clues changed. Initially, notes were mostly readable fragments. Player could find them but feel separated from puzzles. So later, note sequence changed it so the fragmented memory was shown more through space, not just text. The bookcase clue also changed. In the pilot version, it was mainly the puzzle hint. Later, I connected to wealth, education, and status, so it could be also suggest a protagonist's background. The cabinet clue changed from a vague case reference into clear case file and coordinate clues. This made the cabinet action easier to connect with the memory fragments. The gramophone changed the most. It started as a code guide, but later became connected to memory, sound, birthday information, and the final password. So it connected the storyline and the puzzle line more clearly. Overall, fragments become more meaningful when player could use them in puzzle solving, not just read them once.
Here's the lighting during the pilot test. The adjustments aimed to address players could not identify which elements were relevant for progression and puzzle solving. In Iteration 1, lighting position and intensity are adjusted, where most of the original lighting was replaced with new light sources such as spotlights and point lights. These lightings were applied to key interactive elements such as puzzles, notes, and objects that aimed to establish a luminance contrast to direct attention. Additional ambient light sources such as wall lamps were implemented that aimed to enhance overall environment visibility. In Iteration 2, the lighting's color of puzzle-related elements was adjusted to yellow while the ambient lighting maintained white. This aims to evaluate if the visual contrast of color supports players identifying significant objects.
My part focuses on pacing through environmental storytelling. Basically, I built a level layout including two main narrative anchors. In the pilot test, players remembered the burning house and floating papers very clearly, but these scenes mostly worked as atmosphere. They were visually strong, but they did not yet create a clear sense of story progression. For example, the burning house was only visible from the side behind the glass corridor, so players could look at it, but not really move through it. In Iteration 1, I changed this by making the burning house accessible from the front and part of the main route. Before, it was a distant image. After the change, it became a space players had to enter and pass through. This made it stronger as a revelation point. However, the feedback also showed that one strong anchor was not enough. Some transitions were still too sudden, and the floating letters appeared too early. So in iteration 2, I reorganized the sequence of anchors into darkness, floating papers, and finally the burning house. This created a clear movement from uncertainty to instability to revelation. In relation to the kappa, my paper supports the story comprehension side of the shared question by showing how environmental cues become meaningful when they are connected through sequence, spatial function, and transition.
My main responsibility was adjusting the puzzle mechanisms and improve the player experience to make the puzzle easier to understand and solve more efficiently. During the pilot test, I added the storybook system while still keeping the original note reading filter. Players could press F to read the note directly, and when they pick up the notes, it would also be saved in the storybook. This allows players to open the storybook later and read the notes again whenever they wanted. After the iteration 1, I made two improvements. First, when the players pick up the notes, the page in the storybook open automatically. Second, when players close and reopen the storybook, it stayed the last page they were reading. These changes help players follow the story more smoothly and improve overall puzzle solving experience.